Hello, hello. It's been a long time since I made a ramble video. I think it's been about 4 months since I made one. Maybe a bit longer. But yeah, basically, have been burnt for the past 4 months. Until about like 2 weeks ago, I guess. And that's kind of the reason why I didn't really make any videos. I didn't really stream at all. I just sort of didn't do anything with RS or the community because I was just not really playing that much. But in the past 2 weeks I felt pretty unburnt. I think it's safe to say that I'm back to gaming as usual. I think that I will probably be more involved in the community this year. I'll try not to burn out for such a long time again. And hopefully I will make good progress on fishing. Currently the plan is to get fishing either done with this year or very early next year. I don't know what exactly my schedule is going to allow me this year. I have more or less the same kind of like level of busyness as I did last year, but I think I can maybe balance it a bit more. Balance RS and IRL a bit more or a bit better than I did last year, so we might see some improved XP gains, or at least EHP gains. But yeah, 200 mil fishing on the horizon, or at least being in the foreseeable future, I think is probably one of the main things that actually unburnt me, because for the first like 40-ish mil of my fishing XP, it was kind of aimless. I was just kind of fishing because it was the next thing to do after Hunter. I didn't really have 200 mil in mind. I was just kind of seeing where I was going with it. I didn't have any plans to skill hop, but at the same time I didn't have any plans to do X amount of XP in a month like I did with Hunter, where I had a very rigorous kind of schedule where I was doing roughly the same amount of XP every week. I think I'm going to try to do something like that this semester, although the consistency is probably going to be very off considering that my schedule is pretty random. If I have free time, it's usually because I don't have any current assignments that are keeping me busy, so it'll be very on and off the times when I can actually sit down and tick for a while. But I will try to tick for at least a couple hours every day. I've recently been taken to streaming for the past week, except for last night, which is when my internet went out all night. I've been streaming pretty much every day at around midnight my time for about 2 to 3 hours, and I think that has been pretty enjoyable. I've noticed that I've gotten more consistent viewers and stuff like that, which is definitely very cool. I like chatting with people on my streams, just something to keep me busy while I'm ticking. And I get to listen to music, which is mostly what I do with fishing now anyway. I don't really watch stuff that much. Not like I used to with Hunter. I'm just kind of not in a watching things mood right now. So yeah, I plan to keep the streams up for the foreseeable future. I think that they are part of motivating me. If I know that I'm going to be streaming at so-and-so time every day, then it's like a set amount of time that I can actually sit down and tick. I think that really helps with the consistency. But yeah, that's basically what's been happening recently. I guess since it's 2019 now, and we had the whole New Year's already, but I never made a video, then I guess it's probably appropriate to review 2018. So 2018 RS related wise was a pretty decent year for me. It was my first year skilling. I basically started in January when I was 99 Hunter and just starting to go for 200 mil. I got 200 mil in August, which was pretty cool. A lot of fun having that 200 mil party and doing that. A lot of people came to that, which was really cool. Hopefully I get a couple people that can come to my 200 mil fishing party whenever it is that I get it. And yeah, I really enjoyed the RS aspect of 2018 last year, except for, the burnout, of course, but the burnout aside, I think 2018 was a pretty good year for me in OSRS. I think I balanced IRL and RS pretty well. I was still learning, especially towards the beginning, but by the end I was kind of just consistently pumping out the same EHP weeks, especially with stuff like work where I had a much more rigid schedule and I could set aside time to game every day. I think that's what helped me a lot during summer. This year I probably will have the exact same kind of schedule. Like, I'm in school this semester. Over the summer I'm working at the same job as I did last year. And yeah, in the fall I'll be back to school again. Although I plan to take only 2 classes in the fall. Hopefully that will kind of make it easier to game and also just focus on other stuff that I've wanted to do IRL. But yeah, that was basically 2018. I gamed a lot. I did pretty well in my academics and my work, so I'm pretty happy with that. But I mean, like, overall it wasn't a spectacular year. It wasn't a very exciting year for me. It was just kind of one of those years where nothing bad happened and nothing super good happened, I guess. Just everything went as normal. I guess I could hope for that for 2019. Hopefully 2019 is a bit more interesting. I have some things planned that I want to do. Not really RS related at all, but just stuff that I've wanted to do IRL for a while, like traveling. But yeah, that concludes the review. Moving on to something else, I think I want to talk about my playstyle a little bit, because now that I've been skilling for a while, I guess like a year at this point now, I have kind of started to make decisions on how I want to play this game in the way that I enjoy it most. And I think that it's probably this playstyle, like where I'm playing an alt, I'm doing a gatherer, and I'm just sort of playing on my free time and not really being too concerned with most things. Like, I don't think taking the game super seriously would really make me enjoy it that much. If anything, I think it would just burn me out, so I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I've been streaming, and I don't remember if I said that already. I have really bad memory, but yeah, I've been streaming for the past like week, and I plan to keep that up. It's pretty fun to do, and definitely gets me in the habit of tick fishing more often, which I need to do still. And yeah, I don't know how long I'll keep the streaming up, probably at least for the whole semester, because with this semester it's pretty reasonable for me to just stream every day, but over the summer when I'm working, it might be a bit different. I might not want to stream every day, so we'll see. Let's see, what else did I want to talk about? I think that's pretty much it for my playstyle. My playstyle is pretty simple. I like the gatherers, I like playing alts, just making money in general, and I like fishing a lot right now. So yeah, last thing I wanted to touch upon in this video, before it gets too long I guess, is tune and roll all, because I think tune and roll is definitely becoming a more concrete thing in the HLC now than it was a couple of years ago, from what I've observed, even though I wasn't around in like 2015 in that. I think that people, like, a lot of people are really plus. I think that's pretty much the main gist of it. And of course Lynx Titan has already gotten tune and roll all, so I think that really makes it very concrete of a goal. I think a lot of people are going to get tune and roll all within the next year or two. Maybe like 10, I think 15 is a bit too many. I think at least like 10 people will get it within the next year or two. And personally, I don't think I will do tune and roll all. Like, I think if I end up playing this game, you know, for many years, then I probably will get very close to it. I'll probably have quite a bit of EHP and tune and rolls by that point, but to actually just sit there and finish it, I don't know if I'm going to do that. I think I can adapt myself to pretty much most skills. I feel like I've done a lot of like the difficult skilling already. Like, fishing for me is pretty much set in stone now. As long as I don't quit the game or seriously burn out, I will finish fishing pretty like within this year, I think, or very close, or very early in the next year, so I think that's pretty set in stone. And I've already done Hunter, which I thought was pretty difficult skill, but it was a very fun skill. And I think mining looks really fun, so very excited to try mining after I finish up fishing. But yeah, past that, I don't really know what else is going to be difficult for me. The main things that I can think of are RC and Slayer. Slayer I think is going to be a lot harder for me. I think I might have the capital for ZMI for RC, which would probably be pretty nice. I think that'll be a fun thing to do if it's still viable down the road. But Slayer just seems so... I really don't like skills where like the world population is definitely a major factor. Like with chins, yeah, you do get interrupted and stuff, but you're never like hopping for 20 minutes to find a free world. With black chins, it's pretty easy. Most of the time you can stay on the same world. But with Slayer, definitely there is a big overcrowding problem, especially as of late. I've noticed it with Rune Drags, and I've noticed it a lot with other people at Slayer. I think that the situation probably will become worse as the years go on. And I think Jagex has to eventually do something about it, because it can't get so bad where literally there are 0 free Slayer worlds at any given time. But even then, I'm kind of wary of doing it. I think it's just a skill that I wouldn't enjoy very much, like the Gatherers. There's no real rhythm or flow to the ticking like there is for these Gatherers, and there's no real AFK-ness, like, or I don't know, it's just like bank standards seem alright, ticking like this seems alright, but Slayer's just kind of in the middle, and it's kind of not either of those things. I don't really know how to explain it better than that. But I mean, if it comes down to it, I guess I could eventually do Slayer. I just don't want to do it anytime soon because, yeah, I don't like it. I'm pretty much only doing the skills that I like, and I like the Gatherers a lot, so that's what I'm going to be doing. As for woodcutting, I don't really know when I'm going to do it. I think if I'm going to do it, I will skill hop it. You know, I'll be doing 1.5 tick ticks, of course, and probably be doing some other thing, something else, because doing skill straight and all is fun, but I'm not sure if I will have the motivation or really the desire to do it straight with woodcutting or anything, especially since I'll be AFKing quite a bit with redwoods. I think I want to leave a lot of XP for that, because after fishing, my 5 tick fish AFK method is going to be taken away from me. Alright, so I've been talking a while. I've been talking for about 13 minutes. I think that's probably enough for a ramble for me right now. Maybe it wasn't a very good ramble, but hopefully you didn't mind it too much, and if you've been listening, then thank you for that.